So traders, I think it's time. I think it is time for that drop to be coming, for that drop to be starting that we've been waiting for. And I think it is potentially starting today with today's action. So that's what I want to share with you in today's video here across this here. So let's actually start off with this level here. Now, when it comes down to the markets, one thing I'm noticing what's happening today, like this is, if I zoom right in today, look what happened today. This here is a big engulfing candle, right? Big engulfing candle. But notice what's been happening here, right? We've just been going sideways, 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 sideways. We actually gapped up on the open cash market, right? And then, well, look what happened. We came all the way back down and we closed low, didn't we? So we actually had big engulfing pattern. Now, not only that, but I want to share something with you. When it comes down to the markets as a whole, there is a pattern called slowing of patterns, okay? There's a slowing pattern, and this typically happens when we're getting ready for at least that drop in the market to have a pullback. Let me show you what I mean here. So, you know what? I'll bring this over here. Now, if I bring up, say, the German market here from now, okay? I'm going to use the German market here because there's actually a couple of different examples here that really represent exactly what I'm talking about here, okay? So, there's something called slowing of price action. There is strong price action, strong movement, and then there's slowing of movement, okay? Now, the thing is, one thing that I see here is this, is if the market starts to go up, and up like that, okay? So the market continues to start to go up like that. Now, what happens, this is strong movement here. But what tends to happen is that after that strong movement, we don't make a bear flag, but we go up, but we slowly go up, right? See how it's more like it's going strong and then it sort of flattens out. Now, it's not a bear flag, right? A bear flag or a bull flag is when the market does that and then it does something like that, right? That's a bull flag. It's opposite. It's more like the flag, it goes up, but then it goes up, but it more does something like that through there, right? See, it's more like an up, slowly going up flag from there, as you can see. And then what happens is with this here, whenever we get this, we typically get that, right? We typically get that from there. So if I show you this here, check this out. This is where it gets so cool, right? We have this movement right to the upside from here. Then, as you can see, let's see how we actually started to go through there. See, that's the angle, right? So it's more like a up, and then it keeps going up, but it slowly goes up. Strong up, right? But then look what happened. What actually happened through here? We did what? Went down. Then it did it again here. Look at this here. It goes up. Then it starts to slow down like, oh, I'm getting tired. And then we at least get a little bit of a drop in the markets. Wrap that around to what's happening right now in the good old S&P 500, especially on those shorter time frame charts, right? So if we bring up the good old ES for you, and look what's been happening here, right? Look what's been happening here. And in fact, I'll just bring up the cash market here so you can see a much more of what the cash is doing, which is the actual S&P 500 cash. And look at this here. Look what's happening through here. If I bring up this 4-hour chart here, notice the angle. What's happening? Up. See how we're starting to get that slowing of angle, right? We're starting to, it's called a slowing angle. Slowing movement to the upside, it's called a slowing angle. And even on this, see, this is the hourly chart down the bottom here. The hourly chart really represents it, right? Look at this here. We've been going up all this time. Up, slow, up. And now look what's happening. We're starting to get the slowing of movement. Now, along with all of that, with what I've just said here, along with all of that, guess what's happening also? So there's a few things here. There's a few things that's building up to say the correction is coming. And it possibly is starting today with the good old big reversal bar, right? Now remember I said before, look at this here, right? Strong up, and then we do that through there, right? So there's a few things here. Firstly, we're getting that slowing pattern. Now the second thing that I do see, and looking at this market here, is we are actually in a very big, look where we are right now. This actually angled from here to there, and we're at there right now. So two things. Firstly, we're starting to get that slowing pattern. I mean, it's slowing down. The second thing that I do say is that the market's actually right at this level of resistance through here now. And that's where we're at right now. Okay, so we're there. But we also do know that, guess what? How do markets go up? Do markets just keep going up like this big vertical move? Do markets just keep doing that? No. What do markets do? Market can do that for a little bit, but then what do market do? Market go up, then market have pullback. Then market go up, and then market have pullback, right? A pullback is against the trend. So this drop here is just a pullback, and it's coming. So expect a good, I would say a good, on a bare minimum basis, right? Looking at that through there, I would say expect a good 5%, maybe 5 or so percent drop to the downside out of the S&P 500 from there. Now, looking at the market, looking at another market here, which is the dollar index. Look at the dollar index. And I really wanted to share this with you here because I think for you guys that see this thing being bullish or bearish with gold, right? Look at the dollar index. This is a weekly chart coming all the way back down through to here, down. And now we're actually at this level of support through here. So support. So we could be getting a rise through there. And if that happens, there may be a bit of a pressure on the good old gold market as well too. And then that sort of pattern through here may actually just then start to turn into something more, right? May turn into something more, which means the bottom line is that we may be getting ready for a much more of a deeper pullback through here than we originally saw happening within that market from there. So there's a few things that I really wanted to sort of share with you guys. Looking at that through there, once again, that's if we have a look at the YM, the actual Dow. The Dow has actually hit the resistance, as you can see recently on this future chart. It hit the resistance, now we're getting a bit of a pullback. So we're possibly going to get like if I bring on my moving averages from here, there's the moving average there. So yeah, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see like a little bit more of a just a sideways pattern, not too much of a drop out of the Dow Jones. A little bit of a sideways pattern, a little bit of sort of correction there, and the market sort of trending up through there, and then the market sort of breaking out from there. So. And then also looking at the Russell as well too. The Russell is also shaping up quite nicely as well too. So a little bit of a drop through here, which is expected, but it's only going to be a short-term drop. It's not going to be a big drop, okay? Here, and then come down through to there, and then we start to see a move back to the upside. So traders, I am running a webinar today, and on that webinar, I'm going to teach you exactly how I trade the markets. The number one thing you guys need to know or have is a trading system, right? Most of you guys are not even using any system to get involved with these markets. So you no wonder why you're not actually making any progress, okay? You need to gain confidence in the markets. You need to have some sort of system, and you know that. So on this webinar, I'm going to teach you my trading system. I'm also going to walk you through the biggest mistakes that I made that actually stopped me from actually making money. So if you're losing a lot of money, secret number one is going to help you out. And then also I'm going to show you exactly how, by me only trading the market now maybe an hour or two per day now, instead of like 8-9 hours a day or sometimes longer in the past, how I do so much better now by trading that style, and how that has really helped me get into trades, and how that helps me jump on big moves and big profits instead of looking for small profits. So first link in the description there, guys, go click on that. Go join my webinar today, and I'll teach you everything. And on that webinar, I'll teach you exactly how I trade the markets and the exact system I use to trade these markets every day. Speak to you soon, guys.